Hey guys, welcome to Miniature Adventures. So today, something a little different. We're not actually going to be doing any battle reports, and we're not going to be doing a review. So I was playing on this table here, and I realized I needed some scalar terrain for urban terrain. I don't really have any, and my 3D printer is currently out of order. So, and what with COVID and everything, I couldn't get the supplies, and trying to order them, So I picked up some balsa wood from a store that was closing down near me, and I thought maybe I could make my own. And then I thought, well, maybe you guys would want to. Now these would be good for model railways, for bolt action. They'll be good for The Walking Dead. They'll be good for Marvel Crisis Protocol. All those kind of things. So what are we going to be making? Pallets. We are going to be making pallets. Or as the Americans call them, skids. We're going to be making skids. But this is what we're going to be making. Pretty easy, pretty simple. A very simple color scheme that I like. It's literally just a wash, we'll get to that. Few minute craft. You can literally pick up all of this. You need two pieces of balsa wood. And the strips you get them are kind of like this. And they're pretty long. And you only pay about $1. And you'll get quite a few, as you can see from here. So why don't we head down onto the table, take a look, and be gentle. This is my first terrain building, so alright, we'll see you down there, okay? Alright guys, so as I say, we're going to be making these skids. Now, they're pretty simple to make. Let's say you pretty much need a thick, which is about 1/2 centimeter thick, and I think they come in 2, 3, 4 foot lengths. You could probably even get them from the hardware store, honestly. So yeah, this is what we're going to use. Let's take a look. Now we're going to need about 35 centimeters. So let's take a look and see. This one may have already been marked out, so that's good. Let's take a look and see. So I say 35 centimeters. Now these are, so you're going to need two different sizes. Sorry. So this one is about 1/2 centimeter, and that one's about 0.2. So, but whatever side you decide to do this length, these must be the same length. But you can scale it up, as I say, up and down as much as you want. Perfect. That is actually nearly 35. So let me get my pen. I know I probably shouldn't use a pen, but I like using a pen. So I'm going to make sure that's all the way there. Oh, didn't mean to jog that. Alright. 35. And we're literally just going to kind of cut it off and make a nice good straight length. And then see that shoot off. Doesn't have to be straight because these are skids, and half the time these pallets have been sitting out and they've been broken. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I already have these pre-made. So basically just follow the same step for these, needing the same length. So let's take a look, and let's go back to my pen. So say these need to be 5 centimeters. So we're going to go 5 centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't see the mark. 6, and then we're bang on the money there. Actually, I think we're a little bit more. No, we're not. We're bang on the money. Okay, so like I say, we don't need to be perfect with these. So what we're going to do is, literally, I use the side colors. These come from Citadel, but you can use kind of any colors. I did try with scissors, but they wouldn't do it. So what I do is, I do that, and I lose it. So what I do is I basically just, let me get that. Alright. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. Just make sure this is the same length. Yep. Okay. Keep hold of them, guys. You will lose them. And I'm not going to edit that out because I don't want you to think I've just made like a perfect video. Because I haven't. So, in 5 lengths. All the way down. This is kind of what I do. Because we can tidy up the ends once it's all glued, you see. Alright. So we got all our pieces. La la la. So, what we need to do is we need to basically, whoa, great videoing this. So, we need to make sure that we have these in the right spots. Now I'm going to use super glue. You probably could use PVA glue, but I honestly don't think it would be stuck in time. So I'm going to I use the gel stuff just because it's easier. So we're actually going to do the bottom 2 first, you see. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. So we're going to stick a bit of super glue, dab it right on the end. Come on. And dab that on the end. We're actually going to scrape a bit of that off because, well, we don't need all that on there. You actually don't need very little. Just my super glue is a little old, so. Alright. Well, now it wants to come out. What? Okay. Alright, so we're going to stick that back in there. It stops it gluing. Now we're going to get just one of your pieces, okay? Now, what you kind of want to do is make sure that that is right on the edge. Take that one out. Make sure that is right on the edge. I use this as a kind of a guide, so I know that it's going to be straight. And then we're going to stick that down there. Now, like I say, it doesn't actually matter if it's straight or not, because skids get warped all the time. So, basically working off this guide. So that's basically it. Now, top part, really easy, guys. Basically just do the same thing. So what I tend to do, and this is just my way of doing it, is I literally do the ends first. Okay. Sorry if you can hear water in the background. I don't have a leaky faucet. I actually have fish tanks, and sometimes it gets picked up on camera, and if it does, I'm really sorry. Okay. But I find fish relaxing. Well, just got myself stuck. Alright. Say, this is my first terrain video, so if you do have any suggestions, please tell me. Alright, and then we got to basically get another 3 ready. And the glue's already sticking to my finger. Awesome. So in this we kind of do the reverse, you see. So what I do is I actually glue onto these pieces. You see? That way then I can kind of gauge where I want. Now don't matter if you see any pen marks from where you are. I'm sure people are freaking out. You can see pen marks. Well, yeah, you can. But I mean, look at that. We basically already have a skid. Now mine looks a little skew-if. Let's just adjust that. But as I say, it's, you know, they get warped all the time. So I don't like perfect ones, because perfect ones look like they've been manufactured, and these haven't. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this dry for a few minutes, and then basically the last step, and we'll be right back with that. Alright guys, so the super glue has mostly dried. I'm a little bit in a rush. Not in a rush that way, just I like to have a load of these on my table ready for a report. And you don't really need to kind of take its time. It's one of those that will do perfectly well. Not dripping wet, but this gel glue is very quick. So we are literally going to grab some of this Citadel Thosian camo shade. Now it's a green shade. I'm literally going to put it on the wood. Now sometimes you may need to do it once or twice depending on the balsa wood. Sometimes the balsa wood, especially if it's like the thinner stuff, just kind of soaks it up. So sometimes you may need to, but I like the fact that the wood is kind of coming out in it, the wood grains, and if you do a base, sometimes you'll lose that, you lose that texture. Now, be liberal with this, go crazy with this, guys, okay? It is literally one of those things that you should go completely crazy with. Don't go sparingly with it. We want to cover the entire skid with it. So we're just literally going to, and yep, you're going to watch me just paint it because, why not? Make sure you're getting all the cracks and crevices. Say especially down here, you may not notice it. So try and look from different angles when you're doing it, because you will miss an area. Trust me. When I first did this, I thought, "Oh, this looks good," and then it didn't. Now I guess you could, in theory, if you wanted to, you could paint it first and then assemble it, but it would take, I personally think it would take longer, is my honest opinion. But I mean, it's to each their own. But I mean, I'm gonna try with some different ones. I've got some Nuln oil. I have some Rakeland flesh shade that I might use. I might look at some different shades to kind of get different skids, because they're not, pallets aren't all the same color. I mean, you can get blue ones. I mean, in theory, you could paint this blue. And this paint dries really quickly, so I can literally just lay it down. Oh, it looks like I've got a bit of super glue on my brush. You could paint it blue and then just do maybe a Nuln oil kind of black wash over it. Black Magic Craft, Jeremy over there, he does a great black wash. If you don't want to buy the GW stuff, I check him out. He does a good black wash. I personally have never been able to figure out how to do it. I keep messing it up. I think it's just my ratios are off. He definitely does a good wash. Alright, so we're going to get in all these nooks and crannies. Yeah, lovely jubbly. Alright. And then probably just leave it for an hour to dry. And then that's it, guys. Literally, that is it. And you'll end up with a skid like this. You can see it's already kind of going this. Now this is light. You could do a maybe a Nuln oil shade over the top. That may work. I like to sometimes not paint it fully. I like the idea of bare wood coming through as if it's been kind of knocked around a bit, and then it looks great with some plastic train bags. Now the terrain tutor, he does these trash bags. I may do it here just in case you don't want to go over and see. Maybe I'll see, depends how people like this video. You can put things like that on there. You could put things like, I mean, I've got some cardboard boxes that I made, and that's it. I mean, you've got a you know, basically a 28mm, 32mm scale skids that are perfect for your wargaming. I mean, that is just, move down here a bit, that is just perfect. I mean, it's all to scale, and it just adds that atmosphere. So that's it, guys. Literally 10 minutes and you've got a tabletop ready pallet or skid for your war games. So guys, that's it. If you like this train tutorial, please tell me, and I'll try and consider maybe doing some more. We do have a Patreon. If you maybe thought that you might like to support the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. Don't worry, guys, this isn't going to replace reviews. Still going to have reviews on Mondays, but maybe I'll add this in as well. We have got a live stream coming up for Sentinels in the Multiverse, and we do have a live stream coming up for Warhammer Quest. I know some of you guys have been asking about that. Head on over to miniatureadventuregames.weebly.com for all your hobby news. Fantastic news articles being written there, plus all the latest videos are posted there as well. And I do have kind of like a hobby blog where I go into things like this and some of the Lord of the Ring train. But yeah, guys, that's it from me. Have a fantastic evening, okay, and make sure the zombies don't get you. Alright, guys, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.